Good evening, and welcome to day 2 of the MLS Watchalongs. We watched the game last night, which ended in a 0-0 draw between Orlando and Atlanta. However, today we are back with two big hitters and some of the biggest names in the MLS. Kickoff should be around 5 or so minutes away. And for the MLS, you are joined by KL. Hello and welcome to the second day of the MLS Watchalongs. As you can see below me, it is Inter Miami versus LA Galaxy. It's the first game for Phil Neville. It's David Beckham's side taking on the side that contains Chicharito Hernandez. Or I'm looking at the starting 11 tonight, and it's Javier Hernandez Balcazar as it's written here. But let's go through the starting 11. But before I do, I see your comment, Daz. It is nice to see you, mate, as always. If you are new, please just put some comments in the chat and let me know that you are here. It's good to see everybody, hopefully. And we will get into the starting 11 before this game begins in, as I say, about 5 or so minutes' time. And it's the home team we'll do first, and the home team is Inter Miami. Phil Neville's first starting 11. In net is John McCarthy. It's a back four of Joevin Jones, Leandro Gonzalez Perez, the Argentinian, Nico Figal, and Kelvin Leerdam at right back. At midfield, I'd say a sitting two of Gregor and obviously former PSG and Juventus man Blaise Matuidi. At cam, the Mexican Rodolfo Pizarro. You know, an experienced and very good MLS player. And the front three, Lewis Morgan, formerly of Sunderland and Celtic. It's Higuain up front, a renowned name all across the world. And Robbie Robinson lines up at the right winger position. It is nice to see you all. Hello, Daz. I hope you're well. I'm doing absolutely fantastic myself. Not so sure about the news in football today, but I'm sure we'll cover that at some point during today's stream, but it's good to see you. And hello, Chris. I hope you're well, mate. I'm doing pretty good today, as all things stands. How are you, my friend? As we'll look at the away team. The away team has Jonathan Bond in goal, another man that has some experience in England, if you remember him. A back four as well of George Villafana, Nick Depay, Daniel Stays, and O'Neill Fisher. It's saying 4-3-3 here. However, on Google it does say a 4-2-3-1, so we're not sure how this midfield three will set up, but it is Letget Saldana and Jonathan Dos Santos in the middle of the park. However, Google has Letget lining up as a right winger and Victor Vazquez moving to cam. Either way, Granzia is on the left, man formerly of Monaco, and Chicharito Hernandez up top, a player that I'm sure is ready to steal the spotlight tonight. The benches for the two sides. Let's go to the home team's bench. It is Castañeda, Macoun, Shawcross, Guideri, Ojoa, Penn, Higuain, Akonza and Carranza. That is the home side. It's Victor Ojoa, unfortunately, not maybe the more renowned Leonardo Ojoa. And the away team's bench, as we're just getting ready for kickoff, Chicharito is over the centre circle. So LA Galaxy's bench is Gljelstam, Gonzalez, Acosta, Dunbar, Alvarez, Harvey, Zubac, Klinsmann and Perez. So two teams on paper. Not sure what to expect from this one. I'm expecting a close encounter. Unlike last night, the screen was just here. The screen is going to be slightly to my right because it is on Sky Sports tonight. If you're watching in England, you can watch it live on Sky. As I just see your comment, Chris, don't worry, I will get to that. I was having a good day till I saw the absolute nonsense and disgraceful, abhorrent behaviour. I am livid. And of course, my friend, I'm pretty sure you're talking about the Super League. If you have any questions about that, do put them in the chat. I am more than willing to answer them. We've had a good conversation about it today, me and the boys in the house. But overall, I think we're all with you, Chris. It is a decision we cannot really get behind. But luckily for tonight, we can forget it. And we're on to MLS action as Chicharito, the first yellow card of the game, is out already. And it will be Gonzalez Perez in the book after 45 seconds. Daz, red card bingo. You can go a little bit earlier. Gonzalez Perez takes out Hernandez on the edge of the box, leading to a free kick for Galaxy after just a minute of play. Let's see if they can cause any damage from this free kick. But it's nice to see you all as well. Sorry for the hectic start, because today's game kicks off at 8:23. Makes sense of that. I know yesterday we had the bizarre game, but this game kicked off at 8:23. I don't know what it is with America and these kickoff times. I'll have to get used to it sooner rather than later, but I was very shocked when I googled that it was kicking off at 8:23. But as I say, Gonzalez Perez with a sliding tackle on Chicharito, and Dazza said 15 minutes for a red card. Well, Gonzalez Perez is well and truly on a tightrope as Vazquez steps over the free kick. I would say quite a hefty distance out, but he does look to be going for a strike on goal, and it's into the wall. It does bounce back to him, and he'll lay it off to the right. Unfortunately, nothing came of that immediate free kick, because if there would have been, this would have been a very hectic start to the game, and already better than last night's unfortunate 0-0. But some big players on show in this game, especially if you look up and down the starting 11. There is some star names in the MLS, such as Gonzalo Higuain and Blaise Matuidi, probably the biggest names, followed by Chicharito, his name synonymous with North America, with Mexico, and now his time in the MLS. And Jonathan Dos Santos, his Mexican compatriot as well, is in the team tonight. So lots of names and faces that members of the public will recognise. So if you do want to watch this game, it is on Sky Sports Mix as Miami try to get forward for their first time. We'll see how Phil Neville takes charge of his first game. But I will get to the comments and I will talk a little bit more about Phil Neville, his first game in charge of Inter Miami, the team obviously owned by David Beckham. It's Chris said he's got a lot of things to say. Tell me, mate. Honestly, put it in the chat and we can have a little one-on-one if this game gets a little bit boring. But to start with, it's quite a hectic start. It's Rodolfo Pizarro on the right-hand side doing some nice trickery. He's going to cross it into the box. It's a deeper cross. It's headed clear. But nothing to fear for LA Galaxy in the opening seconds as it's cleared away. Let's have a look. Daz says, Kieran, I won some money today. Tell Josh. He's not here, mate. He's in the other room. I've got my door shut. I'll let him know. But you can put in the chat if you want to know what you won money on. How much you won. Let me know in the chat. I'm a betting man myself. A bit like, maybe not as much as Josh, but I do have a flutter. I always have to bet on Gladbach because it's the only way I can watch the bloody games. But if they're not on telly. But if you put it in the chat, mate, and I'll let him know at the end of the stream. I promise you. As Chris will talk about it just while this game's settling into a pattern. He says, if European Super League nonsense happens, then I'm no longer supporting Liverpool. Should be ashamed of themselves like others who signed up for this greed and will prove they don't care about their fans. I reiterate everything you just said. And it annoys me as a lower league fan, maybe like you, but first Matuidi doesn't quite get to the ball in a 50-50 in the midfield. But I completely agree with you. As I'm sorry, I am going to pause again. As Inter Miami over on the left-hand side, it's a couple step overs drilled into the box, and it's a wonderful block, I think, by Fisher to earn Inter Miami their first corner. It was Fisher Jr. with the block, but this is the thing, and it annoys me because it affects people lower down the pyramid as well, because it's going to mess up with the whole English game. And if you watched, I will influence you to go and watch Gary Neville's comments on it. Absolutely brilliant. Watch that. I think it's like 9-minute video about the situation, and he talks about it very well. I mean, Salford aren't the greatest, in terms of how much they pump in, but he speaks some very good facts about the situation. And Inter Miami here with their first cross of the game, a corner of the game with the cross whipped in. Nothing comes of it though, and it'll be distributed back out to the left-hand side. Fisher winning the ball, and he's on the overlap, and Chicharito's through. It's a one-on-one, and it's really good tracking back, I've got to admit, by, I think that's Joevin Jones, I think his name is. And Chicharito was through one-on-one, but Joevin Jones uses his pace and gets there before the Mexican. Maybe his aging legs won't let him get there, but let's have a look at what did you win the money on? It was Leicester United and a horse. Was it are you rich, Daz? Are you going to tell us you're rich now? But it's good to see, obviously, Leicester. Did they go through in the end? I didn't quite get to catch the end of the game, but if Leicester went through, do let us know the score in the chat, because I didn't quite get to see the end of it. I watched the Old Firm earlier today. I was meant to watch Dortmund, but I got hooked on the Old Firm and I didn't switch over, but Dortmund won anyway at quite a canter, so it's fair to say. Unfortunately, they won't be they won't be dropping points today. As we'll get to your comments, Chris, in just a moment's time. I'm just waiting to see if anything comes from this LA Galaxy kind of passing in their own half. I don't think it will for now, so I'll get to it. And they won 1-0. Who scored? Was it Kelechi Iheanacho? That would be my guess, but it's nice to see it'll be a Leicester v Chelsea FA Cup final, which, to be fair, does sound like a quality game with the Carabao Cup final coming up just this weekend between Tottenham and Man City. Hopefully, I've got fingers crossed at Tottenham. Actually, I don't care at this point because they both voted for the Super League. As it's LA Galaxy going to get their first corner of the game. That was won by Grancia. As Daz asked who won the Old Firm, it was Rangers 2-0 quite easily. As after this corner, I will get to your comment, Chris. I know I've said it, but I will get to it after this corner. As Vazquez stands over the corner, the centre halves have come up, both Depay and Steres. It's going to be whipped into the box by Vazquez. It's a near post one, and the flick on was one, but it will be cleared by Inter Miami, and see if they can break quickly here. On the left-hand side, it's Robbie Robinson. It's through to Pizarro. He's got Morgan free on the right. Pizarro rolls it past, and he's taken out by Fisher, and the ref waves it play on. I thought that Fisher was grabbing all over Rodolfo Pizarro, showed him the ball, then sneaked past him, rolled it past him, but he went down under the force of Fisher, but it is not a free kick, according to the referee. So I will get to your comments, Chris. Let's have a look. In fact, you know what? If these clubs want to play this garbage money, grabbing European Super League, so be it. But trust me, you will no longer be called a big club or an elite club from me, you rats. And yeah, you watch Neville on it. Yeah, Neville speaks a lot of sense on it, especially. I agree completely. I think these big clubs, or so-called big clubs, with only one of them left, two of them left in the Champions League, and still, the big clubs in terms of, you know, what even is a big club? Because Leicester and West Ham are in the top four. They are bigger than the likes of Arsenal at the moment and stuff like that. I think it's, as you said, it's all based on owners and the fact that they don't care about the fans that pay the hard-earned money, especially at the likes of Arsenal. How much they pay is an absolute joke. I agree. I wouldn't support a team myself that got into that team because it completely goes against everything fans believe in, and unfortunately that might just be the way that it goes. But we don't know. We know that something's coming out at apparently 9:30 tonight from the teams involved, and a letter of intent maybe, or a letter of maybe we apologise and we won't do it. I don't know what's coming at 9:30 tonight, but according to reports it's going to be something. But let me know your opinions in the chat. But to me it seems like a bad decision for football, but we'll have to see. As enough on the European bloody Super League from me there. I don't mind, you know, as Gary said, you know, the Champions League, maybe there's a little tweak you can make to it, but I think it's perfect as it is. I like the Europa League and the Champions League, but let me know if any of you guys support it in the chat. I'm not so sure there will be. I don't think fans are on the side of it, but in this game, we're 10 minutes in, and I'm looking back at that Pizarro challenge, and I do think he was dragged off the ball. Maybe the referee saying it was 50-50, and, you know, 6 a dozen, half a dozen of the 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But we'll have to see as this game slowly kicks off. And Kyle is in the house. Hello, Kyle. It's nice to see you, mate, as always. As I will get to it in a second. But Villafania drills it in, and it's another good block by Fisher. In last night's game, Muller impressed me, and Fisher has impressed me so far within the first 10 minutes of this game. But I am doing fantastic, Kyle. Nice to see you, mate, as always. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Let me know how you've reacted to that news about the European Super League or anything like that. Let us know in the chat, because I feel like it's going to be a hot topic of conversation tonight. And if this game gets boring, I'll talk more on it. But so far, 10 and a half minutes in, no real chances to talk about. A good block by Fisher just then, but besides that, not much to report, as it's going to be another corner for Inter Miami. They've already had one tonight. LA Galaxy have had one already. And we'll see. This is going to be whipped in, I'm pretty sure, by Lewis Morgan, formerly of Sunderland and Celtic. He's going to whip it. I remember seeing him when I was at Accrington Stanley watching a Sunderland game. with my friend, not a Sunderland fan. Don't want them to go up, I want us to go up. But yeah, I was just with him at a Sunderland game. And it's into the box and it's going to be cleared. This first ball, someone got on the end of it with a header. They tried to win the second ball and they just couldn't. But here we go. Let's see what we're all talking about. As Kyle says, good win for United. Massive win for United. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it, Kyle. I can't watch Burnley, boys. I'll be honest with you, I'm just not a big fan of their style of football. I respect that they stay up every year. Don't get me wrong, I wish I could have that myself. Staying in the Premier League or the Championship or whatever by playing that style. If it meant we get results, I'd be happy with it, but I just don't enjoy watching it. But massive win for Man United. Greenwood getting a brace and Cavani adding to his scoring prowess that he's already added to in the last couple of weeks. So he's kind of hitting a little bit of form. As long as he can stay fit, as he hasn't been able to do all season. He's had a few niggling injuries, which you'd expect at his old age, and we'll see if you can keep hold of him at the end of the season or if he goes back to Argentina, I think he wants to go to, but I'm not quite sure. As Chris has said, statements should be straight away from clubs, absolute bottle jobs and cowards of Peppa Pigs. Mate, it's amazing how little we hear from the owners of the football clubs. There'll be some like PA statement, or PR statement, sorry, that it says everything, says everything but says nothing at the same time, and kind of says everything maybe the fans want to hear. But yeah, I think the statements are a bit late, but also I don't expect them to be very detailed at all. I think they'll be absolutely rubbish. As it's going to be Inter Miami playing the ball out from the back. And it's going to be a terrible ball to Leodam, and it will be LA Galaxy's ball. With Kyle says, yeah, Daz, it was. Heard we didn't play well. We didn't play way, not surprisingly, but still one. I think that means not playing well. Which, to be fair, Kyle, if you don't play well and you get results, that is the sign of a decent or so team at this point. And if you can play well and not win, some would say, sign of future champions. But we won't get ahead of ourselves. It's a good win for Manchester United. And by the way, boys, I know we watched a 0-0 yesterday. I went and looked at some of the MLS fixtures from last night. There was a 2-1 come from behind win for Sporting Kansas City. There was a 2-2 between Nashville and I think it was Cincinnati with a red card in it. I just get the 0-0s. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. I feel like back in old school where Josh used to get the 0-0s on like international breaks and stuff like that. But that's just me with these MLS watch-alongs. And but we will stick with it, as I will be back next week, as Rodolfo Pizarro rides a tackle well. He goes for a switch to Lewis Morgan. Keeper's out and keeper claims. And it's a decent enough catch by Jonathan Bond, formerly of the English Football Pyramid. As Chris has put, there is some positive news. The thumbnail does not have Martinez with a flower in. Never seen so much nonsense in my life. Ridiculous from Martinez doing that. No Martinez tonight. It's Chicharito and Higuain, if I'm not mistaken. And to be fair, to begin with, I have not seen much of Higuain at all in this game. He has been absolutely invisible for the majority of it. I think we saw a run from Chicharito early. You could say it's like the battle of the two strikers, or the biggest names in the league, but it's Fisher on the right, advancing from fullback. He's not going to get on the end of the overlap. It's just a little bit overhit for him here. But yeah, no Martinez tonight, Chris. It's some serious photos of Higuain and Chicharito. But I was thinking yesterday maybe he did it for Valentine's Day. But I don't think you'll be seeing any Liverpool players doing that anytime soon. And if you do, I don't want to be around when you see it, because that is I know what you mean, my friend. As Daz has put, I hope we beat Leeds tomorrow. There's a game on tomorrow. Who's playing Leeds tomorrow? I haven't had a look. It's obviously the Monday night fixture in the Premier League, but it's Liverpool v Leeds tomorrow night, which is obviously a flashback to the first game of the Premier League season that I think was on this channel, with Rowan and Josh doing Leeds United v Liverpool, as they show a close-up of Tom Brady in the crowd, who's got a lovely seat in the Miami area, and David Beckham, obviously the owner of Inter Miami. Probably not so happy with what he's seen from his side so far in terms of performances on the pitch, as they've lost the ball high up, but it will be a foul and a chance to get the ball into the box for Inter Miami and see if they can put a smile on David Beckham or Tom Brady's face as the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is in attendance tonight. I feel like Miami is the place for a lot of famous faces to turn up especially during the off season of the MLS. As a through ball there tried to find, I think it was the overlapping run of Leodam, and unfortunately can't quite get there. Showing a close for Higuain, nothing of him so far, but the overlapping run by Leodam on the right caused a little bit of confusion between the fullback, the centre back, and goalkeeper, and it earns Inter Miami a corner. Just showing the corner now, and Higuain is in the box. He's in and around the goalkeeper, making it difficult. Morgan whips it towards the back post. It's towards Higuain. It's headed back across goal, and it's into the hands of Jonathan Bond. As Daz, you did say, I hope we beat Leeds tomorrow. Score predictions for tomorrow? What are we thinking? We're thinking Liverpool Leeds a high-scoring game? I'm not sure. I don't want to big it up, and then it'd be not great. But I think you may see some goals tomorrow night. And my lord, I'd love to see some goals tonight, because that would make my job a lot easier, rather than having to waffle for another 90 minutes watching another 0-0. But to be fair, the game we watched last night off stream, me and Rowan, it was Sporting Kansas City against New York Red Bulls, and there was no goals in the first half, but a very entertaining second. So maybe that's what it's gearing up for, a very entertaining second half. As Higuain, first we've seen of him tonight, he's driving towards the edge of the box. He tries to play it to Pizarro, onto Morgan, back to Pizarro, onto his left foot, over the crossbar. They're claiming for a corner, but I don't think they're going to get it. But Rodolfo Pizarro, arguably the most dangerous man in this Inter Miami team so far tonight. Kyle has put a comment in the chat. He's put the so-called Super League is a pile of garbage. Nailed it, mate. You've absolutely nailed it. You didn't even need to put anything else. Didn't want it a few years ago. Still don't want it now. If this happens, these clubs are a big, greedy albatrosses. I needed something. Who don't care about playing football. They don't care about football or the fans. They care about the money involved in the football and the money that football generates through revenue and TV deals and sponsorships, but not about the football and the fans itself, which is, to be fair, it's what football was kind of built around, was the football and was the fans. But I'm not sure if it's going to go through, and if it does, it's heartbreaking, to be honest with you, my friends. But Kyle has also commented, as I will pause for a minute because Lewis Morgan's nicked it high up the field. He's through to Higuain. He's one-on-one. Sliding tackle is absolutely fantastic at the back by Depay. Not that one. It's spelt with a U. But it's a brilliant sliding tackle on Higuain as he went to unleash the shot with his right foot. Depay slid in and got in front of the shot with a brilliant block and managed to get up and recover and clear the ball as well. So great defending from Depay. But first we've seen of Higuain as he broke the defensive line and was through on goal. But now it's LA Galaxy and they're trying to come forward, and it's a lovely tap in front of him by Villafania on the left-hand side. He whips it into the box. Chicharito's diving header is not causing any problems, unfortunately, for McCarthy in the Inter Miami goal. And now it's Miami's turn. I've got to admit, as the goals lack quality, the games lack quality, they do not lack intent and pace, as Lewis Morgan tried to free Pizarro, but it is cleared, and it will be a throw-in high up the field for Inter Miami. But another big chance for Inter Miami, and this time it was Higuain, but great block by Depay. As Kyle has put, fair play to Bayern. I think it was for taking a stance. Them and Dortmund, all the German teams. PSG aren't in it either. It's Italy, Spain, and England, which are the teams at the moment. As Pizarro rolls it out to Morgan, who has switched wings at this moment in time with Robbie Robinson. As he puts, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, Man United do join, I will lose all respect for them. I don't blame you. I don't blame anyone who's going to maybe like, you know, not switch allegiances, but maybe not support the club they used to support and pile money into because they've joined this elite group of teams, which obviously me and Josh were talking, apparently Newcastle, because they might be getting the Saudi takeover, suddenly become part of the Super League, which I thought this was a competition, you know, if it was to be a thing, was to be for the best of clubs. No offence, why are Newcastle there? Why are Arsenal there? This is supposed to replace the Champions League. Arsenal aren't in the Champions League, Newcastle aren't in the Champions League, Liverpool aren't in the Champions League, United aren't in the Champions League, Tottenham aren't in the Champions League. Doesn't make any sense to me, boys, as I don't think it does to you. I think we're just here to watch football, and as you say, with Bayern and Dortmund, as Blaise Matuidi nicks it, rolls it to Higuain on the edge of the box, he's on his left foot, goes to roll it, and it stings the palms of Jonathan Bond in the LA Galaxy goal. But Higuain, another sighter for the Argentinian striker. And it was the two main men, Matuidi and Higuain, linking up for that shot. But yeah, Bayern and Dortmund are owned, a majority owned, I think, by the fans. So they'd have to get... Josh was telling me, I will give credit where credit's due, this was all Josh telling me this, that the fans need to allow it to happen, or the owners, which if 51% of the ownership is the fans, they'll reject it immediately. So Dortmund and Bayern, this is why, lads, Bundesliga is my new league. It's my new favourite league. They're not going to be part of this European thing if it is to come to fruition. I don't know if it will. We'll have to see what comes out at 9:30. I'll make sure my eyes are glued to whatever reports come out after this game's finished. But I don't think we'll ever see the German teams in. And that is why we bloody love the Bundesliga, as we can still do them. We're watching all the leagues, you know, the A-League will stay the same, the MLS will stay the same, so at least we're going to have them. And obviously we'll see what happens. But I don't know anything in terms of if this is going to pass or not. There's too many moving parts at this current moment. As LA Galaxy earn a free kick and Let Get does the most beautiful dead starfish. With halfway through the first half, as it was a foul in the midfield by Gregor, who knocked over Let Get. But Kyle says, good luck to Liverpool tomorrow. Would like them to make the top four, get stronger and challenge Man City for the Premier League and Champions League, because I don't see Man United strengthening their squad. I think it depends on the summer. You know, it's going to be a weird summer with this whole, you know, reports coming out now, and also with COVID and no fans in the stands for a whole season. This time it'll be interesting to see if we see any teams spending the millions, because I'm unsure. So I think you will strengthen. I don't know how much you'll strengthen and where you'll strengthen, but hopefully someone does. Maybe it's Chelsea's turn. You know, with Thomas Tuchel, he gets some players to build around, because there's a lot of talented players in that Chelsea squad. Maybe a few more pieces, and we saw last night they can beat Man City if they could add some consistency as well. Maybe Chelsea are the next team, but if it is to be Liverpool, hopefully next season they can challenge. I'll be honest, I'm with you, Kyle. I just want more teams challenging. I don't know if you're the same. I just want. I don't like it when one team's run away with it. I mean, look at Ligue 1 at the moment. If you guys haven't seen Ligue 1, if Lyon win, which they've kicked off, so it should be half time in that game actually. So I will check. If Lyon are winning, their top four are separated by 3 points in that division. As is an overlapping run on the right hand side, it's chipped into Chicharito, takes a touch, and it's cleared again by Inter Miami. A better touch there, and Chicharito is in. As I'm just going down, and Lyon are 2-0 up against Nantes. So could be top four separated by 3 points in Ligue 1, and I'll be rallying to see that kind of climax on this channel, hopefully, because what an end to the season we'll have in the French top flight, as it's a ball drilled low across the box, and it was heading towards the back post and Pizarro, but it is cleared by Fisher, again, the right back for LA Galaxy. But yeah, good luck to Liverpool tomorrow against Leeds. I hate Leeds, so I hope you absolutely smash them. But the only time I'll ever like Leeds was when they beat Man City last week, just for the pure fact that it added ever so slightly more excitement for the Premier League climax. I think it's still sewn up, but you never bloody know. As the corner is going to come in, and it'll be Lewis Morgan, who's been over most of the set pieces for Inter Miami tonight. As is a little bust up in the middle between Higuain and Steres. The referee's talking to them both, but I don't think anything will come of it. I think it's just one of them where there's a little bit of, holding before the before the corner's taken. As it's going to be whipped into the box by Lewis Morgan. Close for the Miami fans. They are absolutely loving it at the moment. Crosses into the box, and it's going to go all the way to the back post where Gonzalez Perez, the centre-back, will retrieve it. Throws it towards the back post. Man down in the box. I don't think he's ever getting that. It's a penalty shout, but they were never getting that. We're into Miami. But I admire the effort. He goes down after one kind of touch on his shoulder. I think it was Fiegel who went down, but no foul called by the referees. And again, more close-ups on the fans who seem to be getting a bit rowdy. It's good to see. You don't see it very often. Obviously, we know fans in our games at the moment, so it's good to see fans enjoying themselves again. I've just realised back-to-back games in Florida as well. So I'm not sure if we'll have the water break like we did yesterday, but we definitely have the fans from yesterday. As Kyle has put, would like Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Tottenham to get back to their best because it will make the league more competitive. I mean, I agree, apart from the fact that now I just don't care because of the European Super League, mate. But I know what you mean in terms of if they can be like a top 6, but then you can include Leicester. I hope they get better. I hope West Ham get even better. If West Ham can sneak in, that's such a financial gain for getting into Europe. Hopefully they can then strengthen from that. And we just get back to having a competitive league season with a top 4 that's new and different every single year. As a cross into the box is going to be headed clear. If Rodolfo Pizarro takes it on the chest and on the volley, but his volley can only find the stands with almost half an hour gone in this game in Miami. As I'm just going to check. I don't have a timer up today, unfortunately, but we do have half an hour left. And it's another one that is yet to, of course, with me, is yet to kick into high gear on this thing. I've spent most of the time talking about the European Super League, which, to be fair, is big news in football today. And I'm sure we'll get more of it at half-time as well. Because with the ramifications it has all around the league, even for the likes of Carlisle, Chris, and for the likes of Hull and Rotherham, because it'll mess with the whole pyramid system. And it's going to be extremely difficult. As Chicharito's in the box, a backward header. He's beaten to it, unfortunately, by Gonzalez Perez, the Argentinian, the real rock at centre-back for Inter Miami, as it was a lovely ball into the box by Granzia. It looked as if Chicharito was going for a backwards header. He timed his run perfectly, but Gonzalez Perez got back and headed over the crossbar. I'm just looking at that goalkeeper. It doesn't look like McCarthy in net for Inter Miami, but it's what it says on this list on Google, so I'll take it. As the cross is in, and it's cleared immediately by Inter Miami. It's fallen on the edge of the box though, chipped towards the back post. Chicharito is beaten to the header. As it falls to Vazquez, rolls it out to Granzia. Granzia's cross is immediately deflected, and it's chance for Inter Miami to counter-attack if they can do it at speed. And they are going at some speed. It's Robbie Robinson on the left-hand side. He's squared up and he cuts in field, and he is fouled, and it will be a free kick for Inter Miami as Robbie Robinson earns the foul as he cut in field on the counter-attack. And I think it was a combination, really, and I think Letget was the man who niggled at the feet of Robinson and gave away the foul. Again, it's too far out for a shot, I would say, unless it's a hell of a hit and then the roof's coming off. But it's too far out for a hit. It's I think it's Morgan again, stood over the set piece for Miami, who it has been all game long, every set piece has been stood over by the Scotsman, chipped into the box over the head of Higuain, and cleared by LA Galaxy. It does come out to Gregor. Pizarro takes a little bit of a heavy touch before trying to earn his team a corner. He doesn't achieve it, and it'll be cleared by LA Galaxy. But great win back by Blaise Matuidi. Pizarro to Higuain, rolls onto his left, bends it, and Jonathan Bond with an acrobatic save to his right. And that is the biggest chance of this game, as Higuain uncoiled with the left foot from the edge of the box and forced Jonathan Bond into his first real test. A good height for the goalkeeper, but Bond was equal to it and palmed it easily away from goal and not into any harm's way, which is good goalkeeping from the LA Galaxy number 1. As I think we are pausing for the first water break of this game. And what I might do during the water breaks is play the watch-along advert during these water breaks, because it gives me a time to hydrate myself. And, you know, I'm not in the warm climate of Miami, unfortunately, but I need to hydrate as well. So, while that happens, it's water break time. I need to put a notification, like in the top right, where I can put it on the screen where it just says water break, and then you guys will know that it's a water break. But let's play the watch long advert while we have a hydration break. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Lots of content still to come, including the Premier League of Darts, which returns this week, which I know Josh is very, very excited for, as hopefully we can have some more fun darting action, as well as the Bundesliga Goal Show, which is coming up this week. Lots of key fixtures in that game. But with 10 minutes left to go of the half, the hydration break is done, and it then becomes a perfect place for me to put that watch-along advert. As Inter Miami kick off after... It's not a kick-off, it's more of like a start from where you left off kind of thing for Inter Miami. But Pizarro and Higuain, the two men that need to link up for Miami tonight, both have had a very, very good start to this game, and they both influence the play, which is what David Beckham's Inter Miami will hope for. Fisher with the throw-in deep in Galaxy territory though, and Miami do win the ball high up the pitch. It's Blaise Matuidi in the midfield. Another player today that I'm expecting to see good things. You know, used to play for PSG, used to play Juventus. They may have breached rules to sign him. It's about time that, you know, he might need to repay the money, as Robbie Robinson is on the left-hand side. He goes to whip the ball, and it's terrible as Fisher gets the ball clear, and Matuidi closes down. Oh, sorry, it's Joevin Jones, and now it's Matuidi on the left-hand side of the box. He's going to pass it into Pizarro with his back to goal, and the ref's going to let the play continue. Joevin Jones, it's going to be lashed away by Fisher. No nonsense from the fullback, who has been involved in all of the action so far today. That's the side that Miami have focused on when Lewis Morgan was over there, and now when Robbie Robinson is over there, they have focused on that side of the pitch. As with 10 minutes to go, I'm still waiting for a chance for LA Galaxy. You know, we had the chances for Higuain. He's had some massive chances in this game, but Jonathan Bond in the goal for LA Galaxy has been equal to them all so far in this fixture. Galaxy now having to try and press as Miami have the ball at their goalkeeper's feet. 5 attempts for the home team in comparison to the 1 attempt from LA Galaxy. And I'd be tempted to see if that 1 attempt was on target, because to me, I don't remember them really troubling McCarthy in the Miami goal, whereas Bond has had a lot to do through 35 minutes in this game. And again, it's a throw-in high up the pitch for Miami, but they've got to make this pressure pay. They've been much the better team, as Morgan is now one-on-one, and it's another good bit of defensive work at the back by LA Galaxy. The 2 centre-backs, Depay and Steres, have been equal to everything, and Fisher on the right-hand side has provided the width coming up from fullback. He was on the end of an overlap earlier, and he's the one on the ball now, slowing the pace down a bit. And Dos Santos, the captain, hasn't been able to get on the ball in the midfield at all for LA Galaxy. That midfield battle is most definitely being won by Gregor and Matuidi, and they're building through Pizarro, Morgan, Robinson and Higuain so far in this game. But the pressure has yet to pay in terms of a goal or in terms of a massive chance for either team. As Villafania gets forward and whips the ball into the box, it's behind absolutely everyone. No one on the same page. Dos Santos with a beautiful sliding tackle, which ricochets the ball high into the sky of Miami, and they do actually win the ball back from that tackle. So really good work from the Mexican central midfielder. But still, Galaxy, in terms of building opportunities, very few and far between, with only 1 attempt in the game. But Fisher's free on the right. They're trying to cross the ball in with the likes of Villafania and Fisher, the full-backs, but nothing productive so far. Dos Santos lays it to the left, and here we go again. It's Villafania and Granzia on the left trying to create something. Vasquez has come over here. Granzia with a nice overlap on the left. Some nice tricky feet. Gives it back to Vasquez. This is some good build-up by Galaxy. He's chipped into the box. Over the head of Chicharito. And that was lovely build-up by Galaxy. But it's overhit over the head of the Mexican forward, Chicharito. As he's not the tallest player, but he has shown his heading ability in the past, especially when he's played for the bigger teams like United and for Real Madrid, of course, and Leverkusen. He's shown great heading ability for a little man, but unfortunately in this game yet to show that. As the possession stats just came up, and it's unsurprising to see that Galaxy are the ones with most of the possession, but Fisher pushing the back, I think, and it will be a foul on for Miami, as Fisher gives a push in the back to Jovin Jones as he was trying to get the ball into the box. It's a very cynical tackle from fullback on fullback, and it's a really dangerous free kick. It's on the left hand side near the touchline for Miami. And again, it looks like it will be Morgan standing over it. The Scottish forward had I would say an unsuccessful spell at Sunderland. I remember watching him. He didn't really impact the game. Matuidi, though, has gone down with an injury. Similar to yesterday with Orlando, where we saw Alessandro Pato go down with an injury. Not the player that Inter Miami want to see on the deck, with Blaise Matuidi down, and we may be forced into an early substitution for Inter Miami, and it's the man that they broke rules to get. Looks like some karma as he goes down injured, obviously. We'll have to see how Phil Neville counteracts this problem. It does look like he is going to be replaced as well. Jogging back from the warm-ups, I'm just having a look who it is, and it's Victor Ulloa And it looks as if Victor Ulloa is going to replace Blaise Matuidi. But Morgan's going to stand over the free kick. They'll play with 10 men for now. Lewis Morgan on the left-hand side. It'll be a right foot in-swinger. And it'll be in-swinged all the way to the back post and all the way past the back post. Unfortunate from Morgan. A good whip on the ball, but not enough to get it inside the back post or onto the head of a teammate. Gonzalez Perez was arguably the closest man to it, but just past the post. He could have gone in that, but unfortunately Morgan could not get the whip on it as LA Galaxy survive a scare. But the big one again, Blaise Matuidi, looks like he may have to be replaced. He's up and running for now. We'll have to see how it continues. He's jogging a little bit gingerly, but he's not immobile at the moment. We saw Victor Ulloa get called back by Phil Neville, but we'll have to see if any changes are required for Phil Neville's side with 3 minutes to go. They might wait till the half and see what they can do. See if Blaise Matuidi can continue. He is jogging around though, so it does look a lot better than it did earlier. Maybe it was a contact injury. But we'll have to see if any changes get made at half-time for these teams. As it's a lovely chest by the Inter Miami fullback again. It's Leodam this time. A chipped ball up to him. He chests it past his man. But there's no offensive runs that can really affect the play. And now it's Leodam again. He's going to be the man stood over the throw-in, I should say. And it's a long one into Higuain with his back to play. He rolls his man, takes a shot with the right foot. And it is immediately snuffed out by the LA Galaxy centre-backs who've dealt with Higuain rather well. Reduced him to long shots with his left foot. He tried to bend one into the bottom right. Good save by Bond. And tried to bend one a little bit higher into the right-hand side. But again, Bond was equal to it. So they're really half chances for Higuain so far in this match, as Leodam has it on the right and he's going to go backwards to his midfielder Gregor. Pizarro tries to roll one through with a fancy flick, but to be honest with you, Miami, when they've got forward, they've not been able to get the fancy flicks in motion. They've not even been able to get, simple passes in around the box in motion, as Higuain's had the best chances. But his shot immediately blocked by both centre-backs, Steres and Depay, both getting over there to help out, to block the shot. The throw by Galaxy is poor, and the ball will go into Miami's way. There's a minute left of the first half. It's a long ball over to Robinson. He's plucked out the air well by the winger. Rodolfo Pizarro picks it up and rolls it out to Morgan. His cross is very overhit. And Robbie Robinson has taken out Fisher. And it's a sloppy free kick to give away by Miami for Galaxy. And that could bring an end to the half. I'm not sure about the additional time. I'm not sure if there'll be any. There's been no real stoppages apart from the slight Matuidi knock. So maybe 1 or 2 minutes to be added by the fourth official as Robbie Robinson pleads his innocence. But it was just a cynical tackle. It was a cross that was overhit by everyone. And he just puts his chest into Fisher and puts him to the deck. But Granzaya has the ball robbed from him by Gregor, and it's through to Morgan. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's a fantastic tackle by Depay. And it's another brilliant block by Depay at the back, who has had a block on Higuain. He's now had a block on Lewis Morgan to save 2 sure-fire shots on goal. And Depay, in terms of clutch tackles in this game, has been at the heart and soul of it for LA Galaxy. A defensive rock so far this game, and that is why Galaxy are yet to be breached. It's their turn though to come forward with some nice intricate passing between Granzia and Vazquez. It's a switch to Chicharito. He takes it down well on the right hand side. He plays it into the middle and it's nicked away from them by Gonzalez Perez, who's been the best defender on the opposite side of the pitch as well. The 2 centre halves for both sides playing extremely well in this game. As Pizarro Rolls it through to Higuain. The flag's going to stay down for now. It's Higuain. It's a 2-on-1. Higuain could square it to Robbie Robinson. Robbie Robinson slides it into the net. And it's 1-0. It'll be interesting to see if Higuain did break the line of defence. But Inter Miami have their goal at home just before the end of the half. And it is 1-0 to Inter Miami. They have broken away on LA Galaxy. Higuain was 1-on-1 and he squared it to his left, where Robbie Robinson can put it into pretty much an empty net. It was a scrambling Jonathan Bond. Higuain, I think he may be being kept on by Fisher on the far side, but we'll have to see. He was bearing down on goal, he was unselfish, and he squared it to Robinson, who caressed it home into the corner. Bond slid for it, tried to dive and get it, but unfortunately he couldn't get there, and Inter Miami lead at home in front of David Beckham, and his new team are 1-0 up in the MLS, and they're just looking back at whether Higuain was offside, so this may or may not be chalked out. I'm not sure about VAR at this current moment and whether Higuain's part in the goal will be chalked off. They're talking to Higuain. He's talking to the video assistant referee. He says goal. Inter Miami are in the lead, and Phil Neville's side take a 1-0 lead into half-time, or it looks like they will be, as they zoom in on David Beckham, and he is smiling as Robinson puts Inter Miami ahead with just 5 seconds to go until the half-time whistle. Obviously some minutes will be added on to accompany the goal, but it's all to do for Galaxy as Higuain timed his run well. The ball was slotted through to him, bearing down on goal, just laid it off to the left-hand side where Robbie Robinson could put it into the back of the net. And Miami look like they are going to enter the half with a 1-0 advantage at home. But Galaxy have it on the left-hand side. It'll be interesting to see if the referee allows anything. Granzia towards the back post. It's plucked out of the sky really comfortably. And that is the half-time whistle. It is 1-0. And they're just looking at this thingy. They don't have the lines. I'll be honest. He might very well be level. He might be level. Well, I'm not seeing the lines, unfortunately. Or should I say, fortunately, I'm not seeing the lines. But to me, Fisher's left foot could be keeping Higuain onside. And Robbie Robinson gives Inter Miami the league. And as Kyle says, it's great to see the first MLS watch-along goal. I've been waiting almost 135 minutes for my first MLS goal. And hopefully it's going to be like buses and they all come at once in the second half. But the thing is, LA Galaxy have it all to do in this second half. Miami having a lot less of the ball, but when they've countered, Pizarro's looked dangerous. Higuain's had a few sighters, but it's his pass that threw Robbie Robinson to put it past Jonathan Bond in the LA Galaxy goal. For LA Galaxy, they just have not created anything of note in that first half. And I will go through the stats and other scores around the grounds after I've shown you what is coming up on the channel in the coming weeks. It's half time. Inter Miami 1, LA Galaxy 0. welcome back, and as always, Kyle has been a godsend in the chat, and he has put the links to all our socials, and they are on the screen for you now. You are currently watching on YouTube, The Sports Corner, and we have everything on this channel from F1, which was earlier this morning, the Emilia-Romagna F1 race, which I'm pretty sure was a good race. I know there was a red flag, which meant Roman could watch Dortmund, which is always positive, but if you wanted to watch the F1, there is a video up on the channel already that watched along with the race from earlier today. We obviously have the MLS, which is with me now on every Saturday/Sunday, depending on what other games we have. But we cover every single European league on the Sports Corner YouTube channel. We've got the Bundesliga, we've got Liga 1, we've got Serie A, we've got La Liga, and we've got the Premier League. Not sure if we'll ever have the Super League, but we'll find out soon enough with the announcements being made soon. But yeah, everything, including the A-League as well, which is with Rowan every single Friday morning. If you want to know when these things are being uploaded to the channel, it is at the _top corner on the Twitter, which lets you know when we're live, what we're watching, and retweets of other news around the sporting world. And the website is thesports-corner.com. Kyle has put it in the chat, the absolute legend. There's going to be new articles up there almost every single week. We had some last week to do with the stories from the European nights in the Champions League and the Europa League from game week 1-2. The stories of the Champions League and Europa League, which was done by KD on the channel now from last week. And the Instagram is the _sportscorner_. That is, again, where you can find all the stuff about us going live, whether it be, what we're watching, or whenever we go live, we have a photo up on Instagram with the thumbnail. So that's another way to contact us via the YouTubes and the Instagrams. But that is all from the social links. As Carl's put in the chat, the link in the chat is only the website. Would you like me to start adding in the Twitter and Instagram? Do you know what, Kyle? I feel like I'm asking you to do too much, but maybe the Twitter. The Twitter's probably the one more than anything. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Honestly, mate, you do more than enough with the links to the website, which, again, hopefully more stuff will come on that soon. But whilst we go through half time, which I'm just looking on the right, and I'm just seeing a bloody bunch of adverts, but let's see. I'll get up the stats of the game for everyone. It is a half that was mainly dominated by chances for Inter Miami, and for LA Galaxy dominating the possession. When Inter Miami move through the thirds, it is quick and it's pacey, but unfortunately both final balls from both teams have been quite poor. And Gonzalez Perez, of course, is on a yellow card from earlier in the game. But in terms of the stats, Inter Miami have had 9 shots with 3 attempts on target, but only 33% possession. But they have definitely been the more dangerous side with their chances. Whereas LA Galaxy, they have obviously had more possession, but they haven't really created anything from it. We've not seen anything of Chicharito. Granzia's crosses have been quite poor in general. And overall, just not a great showing by Galaxy so far. And I'm being shown the chances, and they're mainly Inter Miami chances, as we had one, obviously, from Higuain earlier in the game. And we had a few from Rodolfo Pizarro as well. But overall, it has been a half definitely dominated by Inter Miami. And we're just looking at the game. It's definitely been slow, I would say, from both teams. I don't think there's been a major chance for either side, apart from the goal that was rolled in towards the end of the half by Robbie Robinson. But Miami more than worthy of their lead. But let's see what both teams can do in the second half to change the game. For the home team, it's Inter Miami. Their bench looks like this. They've got Castaniera, they've got Macoun, they've got Shawcross, Guideri, Ulloa, Penn, Higuain, Konza, sorry, and also Carranza. So you think about who they could bring on to change the game. You know, if you're looking at midfielders, you are looking at Ojoa, obviously, who was going to come on at some point for Blaise Matuidi. We'll have to keep up with how that's going to look in the second half. But they also have McCoon as well, who is a central midfielder. If you do recognise the name Shawcross, it is Ryan Shawcross, the defender that used to play for Stoke on the bench. Federico Higuain had spells at Columbus Crew. Of course, he is the attacking midfielder, but he is 36 years old on the bench. So it'll be interesting to see if he features at all for the Miami team. But that is what the home team can bring on. But the team that has it all to do in the second half is the away team, LA Galaxy. This is their bench. It looks like this. Kjellstad is one of the substitutes alongside Gonzalez. By the way, if you want the first name, it's Sasa Kjellstad, Giancarlo Gonzalez, Danilo Acosta, Cameron Dunbar, Efrain Alvarez, Carlos Harvey, Ethan Zubac, Jonathan Klinsmann. Unfortunately, not Jurgen Klinsmann. I mean, Jurgen Klinsmann is about... I'm not going to say how old Jurgen Klinsmann is. I've got no idea. I presume about 50 odd. But also Jonathan Perez. So, Kjellstad is an experienced... He's like one of them players that has been all around the MLS in his time. And he is probably the equivalent to Higuain on the opposite side for LA Galaxy. But they have it all to do in the second half. And unfortunately, they've not been able to create anything either for the likes of Chicharito up front for LA Galaxy. And I think that's one of the ways they can get back in the second half is try and create something for Hernandez. I've not seen much of Letget at all. Granzi's crosses have been overhit. Vasquez has been kind of in and around the box, but he's not finding the pockets in behind the midfield of Gregor and Matuidi, and he can create things from there. But I'm just going to see the comment that Kyle put in the chat. Oh no, it's fine, I don't mind, I just leave for a moment to get it pinned to my clipboard. It's okay. What a legend you are, Kyle. What an absolute legend putting the links in the chat. Because we always, you know, every single time we go to half time and you're there with the links in the chat, which is absolutely legendary. So thank you very much for that, my friend. As we are on our way back, I think, for the second half. I think possibly one more advertisement break. Of course, there's one more advertisement break. So, if you are new, please make sure to like and subscribe. And also put a comment if you've got any questions in the chat. I do not mind at all what you ask. Even if it's not to do with the game we're watching, make sure to put any questions you have in the chat, obviously, with the news of the European Super League. Or maybe if it's about MLS, because to be honest, it's a thing I've been learning about over these last couple of weeks with the... just before we got started. And of course, there's a few recognisable faces in the league, but a few players that have kind of shone in the last couple of games. Yesterday, I'd say that was Muller. For me, I think he was the biggest star of yesterday's game that I'd not heard of. And today, that Fisher at right back, for LA Galaxy, who I think has been rather impressive. But that defence has been breached. And Depay as well, the centre half, making some goal-saving tackles in that first half to stop it being a 2 or 3-0 lead, because that is what it could have been for Inter Miami. But this game is still well and truly in the balance. And as I say, thank you, Kyle, for putting that in the chat. But we should be on our way to the second half, and that means it's time. It's now water break watch-along adverts, and it is also time for the second half-time watch-along advert. Here is what's coming up on the channel as we should be back underway in a couple of minutes' time. that is what's coming up on the channel. But including in that is the Bundesliga, who had one game today, with Werder Bremen being toppled by Borussia Dortmund. Other games around the ground that are occurring at the moment, we said Nantes v Lyon. Nantes have pulled one back through the centre-back Nicolas Puellos, who's got one back after a Memphis Depay double in the first half. Also, in Serie A, a big game tonight between Napoli and Milan, which is just 7 minutes away from concluding. And that is currently 1-1. Samir Handanovic with an own goal after 36 minutes was pegged back by Christian Eriksen goal just before the hour mark. In Serie A, in La Liga at the moment, another game around the grounds is Getafe Real Madrid, currently sat at 0-0, but Levante Villarreal currently 3-1 to Villarreal, with Gerard Moreno continuing where he left off in the Europa League and scoring an assist for Dani Parejo. Samuel Chukwueze, a man who got mentioned a lot by the Europa League's goal also, which is on the channel if you'd like to check that out. Paco Alcacer with the assist before Levante got a goal through Mikel Malsa. But nothing in terms of surprises around the grounds. But if you did miss the last night's watch-along, it was 0-0 between Atlanta and Orlando. And if you missed the games that have occurred already this weekend, DC United toppled New York City 2-1. Dallas and Colorado ended 0-0. At least it wasn't the only game that finished 0-0. As Sporting Kansas City won 2-1 against the New York Red Bulls. Watch that game, very entertaining game. Chicago Fire and New England Revolution 2-2. With Nashville and Cincinnati also ending 2-2. And I'm just going to see how that leaves the tables after the first week, of course. Because if we go to the conference, it is led by Montreal Impact, who have obviously changed their name to CF Montreal after their victory over Toronto, their Canadian rivals. But top of the league at the moment would be Seattle with their 4-0 defeat of Minnesota United, which unfortunately is my adopted American team. So there you go. Unfortunately, my team. And let me just check, Kyle, if that's the correct Twitter link. I'll try and open it on the Safari for you. Just opening it now. That is perfect, Kyle, my friend. That is absolutely perfect for that. Thank you very much as well for putting the Twitter link in the chat. And with that Twitter link, I will give it a cheeky retweet. Because why not? I already have done, but I just realised I need to give it a cheeky like as well. But the second half is underway, and it will be Inter Miami, the team in white today, that kick off, and the team in the lead, of course. And it's a foot race between Villafania and Morgan. Morgan wins it, and his cross into the box is gathered by Jonathan Bond. Thank you very much, Kyle. That is the correct Twitter link. So if you are new and you would like the Twitter link, it is in the chat right now. Make sure to follow there and find out when we are live on the YouTube channel. And when articles go up, because I'm sure there'll be some to do with the NFL soon regarding the draft. But don't hold me to it. But I think that'll be what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. And of course with the darts coming up soon, should be very interesting. Josh will be back with that this midweek, of course. And we love the darts. It's not my thing, but we love the darts. And especially on this channel, it does very, very well. And I know you guys enjoy it. I think Daz is in there. Kyle, I think you might be in there. I know Chris is in there. Chris loves the darts. And they're all in there. So make sure to go and tune into that during this midweek, as we kick off in this one with a minute gone in the second half, with LA Galaxy needing to make a difference in the second half. They're 1-0 down. I'll just see if they made any changes during the break. There wasn't any changes listed, but I'll have a look. No changes from either team. From neither Phil Neville nor, I think, is it Graham Vanny? Is it Graham? Greg Vanny, the LA Galaxy manager. But it's through ball here to Vazquez. Vazquez tries to shield the ball and it gets knocked away from him. by the strength of Gonzalez Perez, the man who has been absolutely brilliant at the back for Inter Miami in this game. But it's the same patterns of the first half as a lot of possession for LA Galaxy to start the game. And it's going to be switched to the right-hand side. Fisher creating the width. He rolls it through to Letget, and it's just too heavy for the American. And that is unfortunate, because this is what they need to do if they're going to go forward. They need to switch the play a lot quicker, as Letget went for the overlap and he didn't quite get onto the end of it. They're just showing replays of the goal, and they're showing the still image, and it's so difficult to tell with the naked eye whether the shoulder of Higuain is just ever so slightly outside. And unfortunately, I've been used to seeing these chances and going, oh, I don't know, his right sleeve might be offside. But luckily there's no lines. And with that, there's no way I can tell whether that's offside or not. So, benefit of the doubt. As Rodolfo Pizarro's on the edge, he rolls it to Higuain. Higuain rolls it one more to Robinson. Hits it straight at the goalkeeper, and it's a good save by the feet of Jonathan Bond. And that was good, intricate play on the edge of the box. It was Pizarro, and a lovely back heel to Higuain. He could have struck it on his left foot, but he laid it off one more to Robbie Robinson, who struck towards goal, and it was at the feet of Jonathan Bond. And I've got to admit, Fisher, who impressed me in the opening stages, for me, almost got caught out. As it will be a corner for Inter Miami. Is this a chance for them to double their lead in this game? Lewis Morgan stands over the corner with a left foot. He goes towards the edge of the box, and it's crossed back in, and it's diving save by Jonathan Bond. And now it's a chance to counter-attack, and they're counter-attacking at pace. It is Granzaya on the left-hand side. It's a 2v2. We've got Fisher also on the right-hand side. It's Granzaya who drives into the box. He rolls back. A lot of people back now for Inter Miami. They did well to get numbers back and crowd out Granzaya. But Fisher's on the right. Goes to cross it, and he'll earn his team a throw-in. But that counter-attack shows the danger that LA Galaxy do possess. If they were a little bit quicker there, they could have caused Inter Miami problems, because at the moment it was a 2-on-2, but unfortunately the defenders got back quite simply in the end. But Carl says, no worries and no need for thanks, I'm just doing my bit. Absolute bloody legend. Don't undersell yourself, my friend. You're doing absolutely amazing. And you're doing a lot of work for this channel, which we wish... I hope this is some level of repayment with these games, even though not this one, or last night's one, the other ones, the other good games. This is the repayment for that. I hope you're, if you're watching some football, let us know what you're watching in the chat, or if maybe there's some Irish games on. I don't know. I remember seeing that goal yesterday by Graham Burke, and if you haven't seen, actually speaking of goals, Josh showed me earlier, Dimi Payet's goal from yesterday's game, 3-2 over Lorient. Bloody beautiful, sweet volley from Payet. I don't know if you've seen that, but if you have, maybe try and find it either on YouTube or Twitter. I know you don't have Twitter, Kyle, but something like that. As Vazquez goes to chip the keeper, and it would have been very Cantona-esque from Vazquez, but it was over the top of the crossbar. Not as sweet as Cantona, unfortunately. But an audacious effort, nonetheless, from the attacking midfielder. I think actually he was going for the cross to try and find Chicharito, and instead he only found the roof of the net, as there is a lovely banner being lifted by the Inter Miami fans with Vice City, I think, on it. And this is lovely to see. I'll be completely honest. It's absolutely brilliant to see. As Fisher has the ball in his hands again. This has been a much better start to the half from Galaxy. They were very poor in the first half, creating nothing of any real consequence. And Matuidi did return for the second half. He was not replaced due to injury. He did return in the second half. But Vazquez now down with a knock after the tackle from Blaise Matuidi. I think he just got a little bit caught up, tangled the legs, and Vazquez is down. I don't think Matuidi's gone into the book. He was had a word with by the referee, but I don't think he's going to go into the book for that challenge. And it's going to be Galaxy again, doing majority of the attack in this half. But they have to be wary of the counter-attack from Miami, which is coming through now with Pizarro. A lovely 1-2 with Higuain. Freed into the middle. And drive through the middle. And hit by Gregor into the hands of Jonathan Bond. Not Jonathan Bond, sorry, I mentioned him his name. Oh no, it was Jonathan Bond, yeah. He's just been the busier of the two keepers. I was going to say, I feel like I mentioned his name a lot tonight, but he was the busier of the two keepers. It was picked up by Gregor, drove towards goal, and it was straight at him, down his throat in that one. But now Miami free on the left-hand side. It's Galaxy trying to build from the back with Depay and Steras. It's back to them by Dos Santos. A man who I would love to take this game by the scruff of the neck is Jonathan Dos Santos in the midfield. But he is yet to do that as Granzia picks it up on the left. He goes with the in-swinging cross. Chicharito's not there. It's punched out in the end by the goalkeeper. And I think in the end it was Letget who was making an infield run from his right winger position, but Jason McCarthy flies out of his net with a double-handed punch. And I think what they're saying is Letget. He's saying Letget should be booked for that. But I think if he looks back, Letget was kind of pushed into McCarthy, but McCarthy's punch was good from the goalkeeper. And another half chance, I would say, for LA Galaxy, who definitely have improved since that first half concluded just 10 minutes ago. But they're just showing a close for Chicharito, a man that I have not seen enough of today as the leading man for Galaxy. I've definitely seen more of Higuain. It took him a while to get into the game, but once the Argentinian got into the game, he has had an influence. As it's a foot race on the right hand side between Robinson and Fisher, and I think a bit of gamesmanship from Robinson as he kicks the ball away from the stand that was there. And I think I'd be surprised if it wasn't a booking, as I'm now seeing what it is, and it's a flag with Vice City Boys, which must be their kind of, not their ultras, but their most loyal fans behind the goal, making a lot of noise with the drums behind the goal. Now that's their kind of, I'm just going to call it the ultras section, why not, as on the right hand side I think it was Lewis Morgan trying to take his long route to goal, and he's sought out by Villafania, the left back by LA Galaxy. And I think Miami will be looking to kill this game off soon. I think Galaxy are still in it. They're still creating half chances, and there will be a change for Greg Vanny's side. And on the bench, Ethan Zubak's getting ready, but can... Oh, Miami nearly making it too. It was a little flick at the front post by Higuain, showing his experience with a lovely back heel flick. But unfortunately, it was a bit slow and a bit tame to trouble Bond, the goalkeeper, as Pizarro is pressuring Steres, sorry. But the centre half does well. And now it's the attacking quartet going forward for Galaxy, but it's snuffed out well again by the Inter Miami fullback Liadam. As I think both teams defensively have played very well tonight, with chances on target especially being limited. But it's still not left with Granzia, as I say, I think it was Zufan was getting ready, or Zubak was getting ready on the bench for LA Galaxy. So it's not took long for Greg Vanny to make changes in this second half when he gets to see the field. But for now, it will be Galaxy attacking, and you might think twice about this change if you can get an equaliser. But the ball into Letget is pulled by Fisher, and then Letget is baited into a foul by Gonzalez Perez, who is now on the deck. And it will be two changes for LA Galaxy. Granzia will be off for Zubak. That's the first change by Greg Van Eden, with Samuel Granzier off for Ethan Zubak. And the second change, we'll see Carlos Harvey take the field. And I'm not sure if that'll be for Letget, maybe. Carlos Harvey is coming off the field, and that will not be for him. I think it will be for Adam Saldana. So Adam Saldana is off for Carlos Harvey. 2 players taking the field from the bench. And I'm pretty sure in the MLS, I'm confident there is a 5-sub rule. I feel. But we'll have to see, as it's a sliding tackle by Jovin Jones, which earns him a yellow card. A sliding tackle, which I personally thought I got the ball. I got the ball, I didn't put the tackle in myself. But Letget nicked it off Jovin Jones, and I think that's a good tackle by the fullback. I think the ref's got that one wrong. It's a really good tackle by Jovin Jones, and he's been harshly yellow carded for that one with just nearly an hour played, as he goes into the book alongside Gonzalez Pires. So that's 2 of the back 4 on yellows for Inter Miami. As Kyle puts, I'm just glad I found this channel. Oh, bless you, my friend. I'm glad we found you as a viewer. As he puts, really enjoy the watch-alongs, plus all of the rest of the lads' commentaries make it so much better. Can I just say thanks for that? I mean, you can say thank you for that, but more importantly, we can say thank you for watching it and making it more enjoyable for us. As Vasquez is ball into the box, McCarthy is bodied by Steres, and McCarthy is not happy. He's punching the ground. But and thank you very much for saying thank you, Kyle. But more importantly, we can say thank you to you. Glad you enjoy the commentary and all the watch-alongs. This is one of them. It's always more enjoyable, I think, when you're watching it with others. You know, it's fun watching football by yourself, but when you can talk to people and interact with people, get their thoughts and opinions, and hopefully you can kind of tell what's going on in the games by our commentary. Sometimes, you know, we make errors, we make mistakes, but we have a laugh, and that's what's more important. And I'm really glad that we have guys that are always in the chat and always here. So we thank you, of course, as well. And he says, also for the mod status, it means so much to me and I greatly appreciate it. Can't wait for my 1-year anniversary of watching the channel. Neither can I. I'd like to know when that is, specifically, because was you one that found us during deadline day? Was you one that found us through the darts? I know you've been in the chat for so long, Kyle, that it feels right that you are moderator. You deserve it, of course, for your time spent in the chat, and especially along with like Chris Welch. Loyal supporters of the channel deserve the moderator status. We are thankful for you, because sometimes, you know, especially during either deadline day or the bigger videos, you know, we need you guys there to help us out, and we're glad that you're loyal to the other videos, the watch-alongs we do. It's a nice community that we've got here, very nice community. As just on the game, the pattern of the game is continuing, as LA Galaxy have had 68% possession in the second half, but this time it's now the new man Zubak. Poor ball into Letget, and he was stretching for it, and Carlos Harvey will chase down Pizarro, has a bit of a nibble at him, and it will be a foul. But I cannot wait for your 1-year anniversary. We'll have to do some, it'll be like a celebration. I wonder if there'll be a watch along on the day that your 1 year's on, and then we can, whoever's on, hopefully it's all of us, that'd be nice, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But we appreciate you all, both new, both old, but especially the loyal ones. They're the ones we keep in our hearts the most. As it's cleared by Steres, the long ball with half an hour to go. And it's a lovely bit of 1-2 football between Carlos Harvey and Zubak. Zubak drills it into the box. It's Chicharito round the defender, through the legs of the keeper. And it's 1-1. And Chicharito has not really been in the game, but you know what he's like. It only takes one chance. And Zubak drilled the ball into him. He took one touch with his right to get around the defender before drilling between the legs of McCarthy in the Inter Miami goal. And this is brewing up for a good finish with half an hour to go. And it's that man, Chicharito Hernandez, making it 1-1. It's Zubak on the left. Great movement by Chicharito. Knocks it past Gonzalez Pires with his right. before finishing between the keeper's legs with the left foot. And it is 1-1 between Inter Miami and LA Galaxy. We are on for a grandstand finish in this game in the MLS. Gonzalez Perez had a good game so far, but Chicharito, the man who has been so crucial for his clubs in the past, from Leverkusen to Man United to Real Madrid to West Ham, not so much, and Mexico as well. He is back on the score sheet, and it only takes one, and Chicharito finishes it with aplomb into the bottom, I would say the bottom corner, I would say the middle of the goal, between the keeper's legs. But we'll have to see if Galaxy, because they've had all the possession and they are yet to make it pay, they've made it pay now, and Carlos Harvey switches it to Fisher. The momentum is with the side from Los Angeles at the moment. This second half has been all Galaxy, to be fair. Miami, with the lack of ball they had in the first half, when they went forward they looked dangerous. They've just had limited attacks in this second half. And now they're going to have to come out and maybe change up their game plan a little bit. We'll see if Phil Neville looks to his bench at any point in this second half. But it's a switch over to Zubac. Zubac wins the header. Chicharito is out-jumped by Gonzalez Perez, who's gone down, writhing in pain. But the ref will allow the counter, and it's a 4v4. It's a left-hand side. It's Robbie Robinson. He's going to cut inside on his right foot, try to bend it, but it'll be blocked. Much better, though, from Inter Miami, and Villafana goes down, and a foul's given against Lewis Morgan. He can't believe it. But this one is really hotting up with 27 minutes to go. And the fans still, credit to them, behind Inter Miami. But in this second half, it's been a completely different performance from Phil Neville's side. And to be fair to Greg Vanny, he made the changes, and Zubac is the man who drilled it in for Chicharito to finish between the keeper's legs. And that is the difference in this game. In this second half, I should say, sorry. But now, it's a really nice attack on the left by Jovan Jones. And his cross is poor, it's lofted and behind the net. As Kyle, we're now finding out when you first commented. So, found your channel by accident, that's fair. On October 2nd, 2020, a Europa League draw. And started watching officially on October 8th, Euros playoffs. I think I'll go with the 8th. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's when we first had the interaction, and you've been in ever since. And hopefully you've had some good times, but that is a terrible giveaway by Carlos Harvey, and it's Robbie Robinson, and it was a lunging tackle by Steres, and Robinson leaped the tackle. I think if he goes down, it's probably a penalty if he gets contacted, but he didn't. And now it's Letget breaking away to Villafana, and it'll be a foul for Inter Miami. But now Miami finally coming forward in this second half. It's took them a good 20 minutes, but they finally are getting back into this game. But Kyle, we will have to note down October 8th. That'll be, that'll be the back end of next year. Hopefully there's not an international break, because I don't want you to be having to suffer a Euros play, like a really crap Nations League game or something for your anniversary. That'd be really rubbish. But hopefully it's something. As Robbie Robinson skips past Fisher, he plays it to Pizarro. Pizarro nutmegs the defender. It's a penalty to Miami. And now they have the chance. Robinson, nice trickery to take it past Fisher. He puts it into Pizarro. Pizarro slots it through the legs of, I think, Depay. And he falls over in the box. It looks like it was Villafana, the left back. But Pizarro puts it through Villafana's legs. And he's taken out by the left back. He pleads his innocence. It may look a little bit like Pizarro's going to knock it through his legs, and then he's taken out. I think this is going to get given, and I think it's going to be a glorious opportunity for Miami to retake the lead after Galaxy had 20 minutes of domination in this second half. Pizarro, slots it through the legs of Villafana. And Villafana, he doesn't have anywhere to go, to be fair, but he does stick a leg out. and trip Rodolfo Pizarro. And now he's still down at the moment, but I think he will be alright. Be interesting to see who stands over the penalty. I would presume it would be Gonzalo Higuain, the experienced Argentinian forward, that will step up and take it. But we'll have to see, as Greg Vanny's side might go down again to Phil Neville if they can slot away this penalty. It is a penalty. VAR has confirmed it's a penalty. He agrees with the referee. And in front of the Vice City boys, I think they were called, Higuain steps up against Jonathan Bond in the Galaxy goal. Higuain's been playing for so many big teams, and now it's his time to put his MLS team in control of this fixture. Higuain steps up, slots it to the right, and was there ever any doubt? Not really. It's 2-1. Gonzalo Higuain is on the score sheet tonight, and Inter Miami, we take the lead in this one. And against the run of play, a mistake by Villafania after Rodolfo Pizarro nutmegged him, and this game has come to life in the second half. I would say actually from the 45th minute, but great skill by Pizarro. Slight look about it. It was more of a first touch which took it through the legs of Villafania, but they all count, and Higuain put it perfectly into the right side netting. Keeper dived to Higuain's left. There was never any doubt, and it's a fist pump from Higuain and a fist pump too from David Beckham. And now we have Galaxy behind again after they were behind earlier in the game. They came back in the second half through a goal from a Chicharito, a well-taken finish. And Miami have hit them with the Uno reverse card. For your Chicharito, they've raised you Gonzalo Higuain. And it is 2-1 to Inter Miami. And this game has definitely picked up. And definitely better than last night's. That wasn't difficult, but it's definitely better. And Fisher goes down and earns his team a free kick. He was impressive in the first half, Fisher. I'll be honest, I'm off the boil on him a little bit. Not impressed me the second half. But Robbie Robinson, on the other hand, has had a very good game. It was his ball to Pizarro which led to the penalty for Miami. But now we'll have to see how Galaxy respond. They made the two changes to begin the second half. About 15 minutes into the second half, they made the two changes with Carlos Harvey and Zubac. And from that, they managed to get a thing. And I'm just seeing they've made another change. Jonathan Dos Santos is now off for Sasha Kyrgyzstan, who is an experienced MLS midfielder. He's peaking on 35 at the moment. And I'm not sure that's correct, because I think I can still see Jonathan Dos Santos. Unless they have changed the captain, which might make sense. I'm just having a look around if they have changed the captain in this game. As I'm just saying, I think the captain's armband has been given to Chicharito, his fellow Mexican compatriot. So Jonathan Dos Santos is off, and on comes Sasha Kyrgyzstan. And now it's a change for Inter Miami. Lewis Morgan is off, and coming on is Federico Higuain, another experienced MLS man who has spent time at Columbus Crew recently, and he is on for Inter Miami. So hopefully an experienced head to see the game out. Lewis Morgan not had his best game today. Was dangerous on occasion, but not the most dangerous of the front four by any means. I think he was probably the one that had the least impact on the game, but still a decent performance altogether. As Higuain switches the ball out of play, as they are just confirming that Jonathan Dos Santos did go off for Sasha Kyrgyzstan in this game. And there he is with his lovely moustache, which again, if you know Sasha Kyrgyzstan, he's been in the league for a long time. I think he's been sporting that moustache for many a year now, and he's easy to spot when he comes on. It's definitely fair to say. But Galaxy, with all the work to do now, as Kajestan does a lovely switch of play to the left-hand side, it's well kept in by Vasquez. He miscontrolled it a little bit, but managed to regain control. And it's Kajestan again. Back to Vasquez on the left-hand side. He's going to go with another in-swinging cross, and it's mixed by the goalkeeper. Chicharito pokes it home. It's 2-2. It's 2-2, and that is a terrible mistake from McCarthy. Vasquez with the in-swinging cross. It didn't look dangerous at all until McCarthy spilt it, and it fell to Chicharito Hernandez to get his second of the game. The man with the captain's armband now has a brace on the night, and it is 2-2 between LA Galaxy and Inter Miami. Just going to look again at the goal. Vasquez, in-swinging cross, has got a lot of pace on it. I think the goalkeeper is convinced that the man at the front post is going to get a header. He doesn't, and he just fumbles at it. He can't catch it, and it falls to the feet of Chicharito. Typical poacher's finish. Typical finish from Chicharito at the back post. A goal you'll see him score 1,000 times over, and it's 2-2. At the back post, terrible mistake from McCarthy. He flaps at it because he thinks that it is going to be connected with at the front post by Zubac. Zubac doesn't hit it, and it falls to Chicharito. As Kyle has put, Kale, it's alright if you want to erase last night's MLS game and make this your first watch-along so you can say your MLS watch-alongs got off to a great start. That is exactly what I'm going to do. Thank you for joining me for the inaugural, the first MLS watch-along on the channel. If we just delete the video, no one will ever know. And we can get rid of the Jackson Martinez picture that Chris does not like. We can get rid of it, and we can start with tonight. But this game has been all it's cracked up to be. It got off to a very slow start, but since the 45th minute, this game has been electric in this second half. And there is still 15 minutes to go. And this is why we cover games in these leagues, is because they throw up some dramatic events. And now, which team will take the momentum? It was Galaxy, and then Inter Miami hit back in the second half with a penalty from Higuain, and now Chicharito gets his second of the game. A man that was literally had no sniff of a chance in the first half has come up big in the second, and it's what we say about Chicharito. He only needs one chance, and he will put it away. It's a typical poacher. As Fisher whips it in, McCarthy saves. This time his handling is very good. But for that goal, he will be wishing he could have that one back. It was poor from the goalkeeper, and it's one that he will not like to remember. As now Miami build from the back. As Kyle puts, wish this game was on Free Sports. I watched football 0-all. I don't watch football 2-all and maybe more. That is literally it, isn't it? The one that's available, there's a reason it was on Free Sports, wasn't it? Because they knew that it was going to be a dire 0-0 game. But this one, when it's on Sky Sports, is 2-2, and it's a really good kind of promoter for the MLS, because this second half has been electric. And yeah, it's always the games you don't watch. It's like Rowan was watching the A-League, and then the game he didn't watch ended 7-0. It's just sod's law, Kyle, sod's law, my friend. But we are in for a brilliant final 15 minutes. Chicharito getting all the plaudits, cheering up his players. The captain, he's leading by example tonight in this 2-2 game. And it's a hydration break, which means for the final time I will play the watch-along advert for the hydration break so I can catch my breath. 3 goals in the second half, and we are tied up at 2-2. Water break is occurring, but we'll be back with the final 15 minutes of this fixture, and what a game we have in store. Are we ready for some football? It's 15 minutes left in this one, and it is 2-2. There is another substitute I think I've just seen, which I will try and get confirmed. It's another one for Galaxy. And it looks like another man is on the pitch, but first, it's a ball over the top. Zubac made a massive difference since he come on. Got an assist. I mean, he missed the header originally, but it did set up his teammate, Chicharito. But Zubac has made a massive difference in this game. And credit to LA Galaxy. They've made the changes and they have worked perfectly. As Gregor has picked up a yellow card in this one. I don't know when it was, but it has been confirmed, obviously, that Gregor picked up a yellow to go along with Gonzalez Perez. And to go, they've not given Jovan Jones his yellow card on Google at the moment, but it is Dunbar has come on the pitch. Cameron Dunbar is on for, I think it was Vasquez has been replaced. So the attacking midfielder was replaced. But as Kyle says, this is a game that you just wish was on Free Sports, because this is a great kind of litmus test for the MLS, and what hopefully describes how this season's going to go like. Because more games like this, yes please, and less like last night, please. That'd be great. As we say, Cameron Dunbar is on for Vasquez. So another attacking change by Greg Vanny, who his changes have made all the difference in this game. And Chicharito is the difference maker up top for LA Galaxy. And now we'll have to see if Inter Miami look to their bench. They've looked to the bench once. It's Federico Higuain, the man that has come on. But we'll have to see if any more changes are in the offing for Phil Neville's side, as Gonzalo Higuain, maybe he has something to say before the end of the thing. And I could just say Higuain has something to say, because I've just realised the front two, the attacking midfielder and the striker, are both called Higuain. So does Higuain have something to say about it? Probably yes. Probably yes he does. As the ball is back to Jonathan Bond, who's made some crucial saves in the first half, hasn't really been tested in the second, apart from the penalty, which, you know, it wasn't his fault, and Higuain finished it beautifully into the right-hand corner. But the ball is over the top. It will be chased down, and it will be cleared and headed away by Leodam, the right fullback of Inter Miami. Was put under pressure on that right-hand side. But what was looking to be a brilliant home game for Inter Miami when they went 1-0 up on the stroke of half-time, now looks to have gone from a dream to a nightmare if LA Galaxy can get that winner with 10 minutes to go. But Dunbar gives away the foul. It's unlikely he's going to be yellow carded, and there is another man getting changed. Stripped and ready on the bench is Victor Ulloa for Inter Miami. Began his career in Dallas, the Mexican, but now he is with Miami, and we'll see if he can make any sort of difference in who he replaces. But Fisher is on the right, he's coming forward, Chicharito screaming for it in the midfield, but he keeps driving, drills it towards the front post, it's back towards Congestion, bends it in off the post, 3-2 to LA Galaxy. Kilgeston, the experienced substitute, it fell to him on the edge of the box, and he bends it with his left foot in off the post. It's 3-2 to LA Galaxy in this game. They have turned it around, and it's the experienced force of Javier Hernandez and Sasa Kilgeston. The subs for Galaxy have made the difference. They are 3-2 up with 9 minutes to go. It was Fisher on the right hand side. Hernandez was screaming for it in the midfield, but he kept driving. He drilled it back to Letget after it was blocked. Letget played it off, to Sasha Kilgeston, who's on the edge of the box, bends it with his left foot into the bottom corner, off the post, and it's 3-2 to LA Galaxy in this game. What a match this second half has been. It's a beautiful finish from Sasha Kilgeston as he bends it round the defender and into the bottom right-hand corner. And with 8 minutes to go, Phil Neville is staring defeat in the face of his first MLS game. Sasha Kilgeston, 35 years old, has given LA Galaxy a 3-2 lead in this one. But it's not over yet. The ball is lofted into it. It's into Higuain. Volleys it in the near post. It's a great save by Jonathan Bond. And it was a long ball over the top, and the defenders let it bounce. Higuain didn't even take a touch. He just hit it first time on the volley, and it's a good save by Bond. But now it's a corner for Inter Miami. Going to be whipped in from the right by Higuain. It's going to be a back one to Pires, who heads it down and heads it into the hands of Jonathan Bond. But as Kyle says, nice one, Galaxy. Don't concede now. They know they fought so hard in this second half with Greg Vanny being... His changes have made all the difference. With Zubac getting an assist, and I'm going to say a half assist for missing it, but a half assist, and then Sasha Kilgeston with a lovely left foot bend into the bottom right hand corner as Pizarro is off, Matuidi is off, Ulloa and Penn are on for Inter Miami with just over 5 minutes to play in this game. And how this one has burst into life in this second half. It's Higuain in the midfield, tries to lay it off, and it will find... I think it will find Liadam on the right. Oh no, it found Jovan Jones, sorry, on the left. And it will then be played back, but its time is running out for Inter Miami. It's Jovan Jones on the left. They've had the lead twice in this game, have Miami. And it's Ulloa, rolls it to Higuain, tries to find the overlapping run, but the ball is free in and around the LA Galaxy area. It's fell to Jovan Jones again. He can't bring it down. He will knock it onto himself, though. He's going to go for the cross. He's all the way to the back post. It's Higuain! Oh, he's missed it! How has he missed it? It's fell to not Gonzalo. It has fell to Federico Higuain. It was a drilled cross. It was a drilled cross by Jovan Jones, and it's lashed at by Higuain, and it looks destined for the bottom corner. But it is past the post, agonisingly wide for Federico Higuain, and he must have thought he had his team level. He's probably scored a number of them over his MLS career. But now it's a chance for Miami again. It's Ulloa, it's Higuain, Gonzalo. Some trickery on the edge of the box, but he's fouled. Cameron Harvey is down in the centre of the pitch. They're looking to play the ball out, but they don't have to, and they will not. It's Federico Higuain now on the right, and he'll keep it in. I thought he was going to earn a corner, but he'll keep it in. And they're still screaming for Inter Miami to put the ball out. They don't have to in this situation. It's Higuain on the edge of the box. He's going to go for it on his left, and he's lashed it over the bar. He's gone at that, and he's lashed at it. Depay's on the ground. Cameron Harvey's on the ground in the midfield. Galaxy look like they're walking wounded at the moment, but they have fought back in this game. And Higuain, he lashed at the shot on the edge of the box with his weaker left foot. He had a few sighters in the first half that were good, but there was a collision, to be fair, between Ulloa and Harvey in the midfield. As Rowan has come in and said, oh, what a game. This game has massively picked up in this second half. And it looks as if LA Galaxy are going to leave Miami with all 3 points. But Harvey's still down receiving treatment, so we'll get some added time. Thank the Lord, because this has been brilliant in this second half. As Greg Vanny G's up, let get. What great substitutions from him tonight. But more importantly, what great fight from LA Galaxy with nearly 3 minutes to go. We'll see how much added time there's going to be, because I think they're going to add a few on, because Harvey was down for a considerable margin. But the thing is, Inter Miami did not need to put the ball out of play in this one, but they're just showing Zubac, who's made a hell of a difference in this game since his assist for Chicharito to get the leveller. But LA Galaxy have refused to die in this game, and now will have 3 points to show for it if Miami can't equalise. It'll be Bond with the goal kick. Fisher will have it on the right. He's going to be pressured, but he'll get it clear. And now it's a chance for LA Galaxy to have a bit of reprieve from the relentless attacking of Inter Miami. Since the third goal went in, it has been all Miami, as you'd expect, as they try and search for that equaliser. Fisher has earned a foul on the right-hand side, though. And he's still down. I think there is a bit of gamesmanship from LA Galaxy at the moment. They are staying down a lot longer than they usually would to eke a little bit of time off that clock. And it'll be Steres with the free kick deep in LA Galaxy's territory. They're going to go long with it, I think. And they do. And Zubac takes it down lovely on his chest, but unfortunately gives the ball away. And Miami were looking to build, and they've just given the ball away again. Federico Higuain knocks it beautifully into the midfield, and now it is a chance for Leodam on the right. They're coming forward in numbers, Miami, with 2 minutes to go. It's over to Leodam again. It's a good touch out the air. Federico Higuain has found the edge of the box. The referee is letting the game play on. It looked like a foul. Higuain's back up, and he'll receive the ball. On the right-hand side, they're going to try and look to get a cross in. But will they find it? It's a lovely ball over the top that Depay will head away. Well watched by the centre-back. And now here come Galaxy, looking to kill the game. Chicharito wide to Zubac. Zubac infield. Chicharito, lovely 1-2. Great saving tackle at the back. Absolutely fantastic defending at the back. And I'm trying to see who it was by. And I think, let me have a look at this. I'm thinking it's, wow, I can't even see who that was by. It was just brilliant defending. I'm trying to look. And there was no, it could be Gonzalez Perez, but I'm not sure. It's absolutely brilliant defending though. As Inter Miami now notching 17 attempts in the game to LA Galaxy's 5. But it is 3-2 Galaxy, and that is all that matters at this moment in time. It's Higuain, Federico, slowing the play down in the midfield. We'll see how much added time there is. It's Gonzalo. It's going to be a strike from range, and it's going to go wide though. And another rushed attempt from Miami with 15 seconds to go. We'll wait for the fourth official to put his board in the air. Will it be sponsored by Captain Morgan? That's the question everyone's asking. And we'll see as David Beckham looks deflated on the in the executive box. And it's going to be 5 additional minutes for Inter Miami to rescue a point in this game, which they led twice. But Cameron Harvey will put a through ball. He's 1-on-1. He slots it. Great save by McCarthy. And for the mistake he made earlier in the game, Cameron Dunbar was through 1-on-1. He tried to poke it through the legs of McCarthy. McCarthy stayed strong and he got a foot to it to put it behind for an LA Galaxy corner. Cameron Dunbar could have finished the game there, but it was a good save by McCarthy. He was at fault for one of the goals, but he could have just saved his Miami team from this game being killed off. We'll see if LA Galaxy can keep it in the corner or they're going to put it in the box. I'm just trying to see if there's anyone over. There is someone over for the short corner for LA Galaxy. Letget's over there. Letget's going to try and keep it in the corner. And he's not been able, to earn his side. He has. It's a throw-in to Galaxy on the right-hand side. They're just going to try and keep it in the corner now to end the game, which completely makes sense. This has been a hard-fought victory for LA Galaxy if they can see out this final 3 minutes. Fisher is on the throw-in. He manages to give it to Kubak. It's back to Fisher. Trying to shield it in the corner. And they'll earn another throw-in. Good game management here from LA Galaxy. With only 3 minutes to go, they've managed to see this one out. It's Fisher. Knocks it off the Inter Miami defender and earns another throw-in. A fantastic job by Greg Vanny and his LA Galaxy side if they are to come away with 3 points, which is looking more and more likely. Final sub, I would imagine, in the game, as I'm pretty sure we are seeing Guideri come on for Jovin Jones, who picked up a booking in the first half. But Jovin Jones is replaced by Guideri with only 2.5 minutes to go. And it'll be another throw-in for LA Galaxy. Not how Inter Miami will want to finish their first game of the MLS season. But it's Kubak in the corner. And it'll be a foul. Miami will have the ball back at least one more time. And Gonzalez Perez getting in the face of Fisher. And he has to be careful because he's on a yellow card. He has to be careful getting in the face of the fullback when he's on a yellow card. But this may be Miami's final chance. There's 2 minutes to go. They've managed to win the ball back. And it's Leodam on the right. He's going to go back to the goalkeeper, McCarthy. And the ball's going to be nicked off the centre-back. And it's Cameron Dunbar. He's round the left. Will he head for the corner flag? That is exactly where he's heading. And it's going to be a goal kick. So they will get the ball one more time. They tried to build out from the back. And I'm pretty sure it was either Figal or Perez was dispossessed in the mid... as he was trying to bring the ball out from the back of the defender. And it just doesn't seem the smartest option at this point. Sasha Kijelstan gets his head to the ball. And it's going to be a foul in Galaxy territory for Miami. They're going to have the chance to put the ball in the box. It's Federico Higuain standing over the set piece. There is 50 seconds to go, and it's a free kick just past halfway in Galaxy territory. Federico Higuain, he's been in the MLS a long time. This has been one of his better balls into the box if someone can get their head on the end of the cross. Higuain lofts a ball towards the back post. He's heading near post and he's side netting, and that's the chance for Inter Miami, and it fell to Figal. The ball was beautiful by Higuain. There was men queuing up at the back post, and one of them was the centre-back Figal. His header drilled into the ground, but drilled into the side netting, and I think that will see the end of this game and all 3 points for LA Galaxy. Miami may have thought they'd rescued a point, but they haven't in this one. And the ref, anytime now, will blow the whistle. And LA Galaxy have come to Miami and beaten David Beckham and Phil Neville's side. David Beckham, the owner, by the way. And Phil Neville's side to conquer and get all 3 points. What a game. It took a while to get going for the first 45 minutes before Robinson opened the scoring. Chicharito fired back with his first moment of the game, slotting under the legs of McCarthy. Then Inter Miami retook the lead through Higuain from the penalty spot. Chicharito popped up again, poking in at the back post after McCarthy flapped at it across the Inter Miami goalkeeper. And then it was won by Sasha Kijelstan in the latter stages of the game. He picks it up on the edge of the box with his left foot and he whips it into the near post, in off the post, and it's all 3 points for LA Galaxy. And that will be it from me. Let's go through what's coming up on the channel. And this time I will voice over. This has been the Inter Miami vs LA Galaxy watch along with me, KL. What a game we had tonight. And it's back with the darts tomorrow night with Josh at 7:10 PM for night 6. After that, there will also be night 7 of the darts. That's on the 20th of April. That's from 7:05 with Josh as the Premier League darts continues. Then we have the Bundesliga Live Goal Show. KD, Kaya, and Rowan, all our teams on show. Then it's the Premier League of Darts Night 8. It is, again, with Josh on the 22nd of April. And that concludes it all for now. Make sure to keep in touch with the socials if you want to know what's coming up on the channel. But that is all from me. As you guys have put in the chat, great stream, Kieran. Thank you, my friend. Great. Very jealous you got all the goals. Mate, I got a 0-0 as well. You know, we've got to even out the 0-0s and the 3-2. Rowan says, great game. An absolutely brilliant watch. And this is why we cover these leagues. Thank you for joining me. If you are new, please like, share and subscribe. Make sure to tune in for all the upcoming watch-alongs. Follow the Twitter and the website, as Carl has been nice enough to put in the chat. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.